Many celestial greetings to you. I'm Diana, or Lighthawk, and I have been on the spiritual path for a long time in this life and for many eons in other lives and in other spheres of existence, like many of you. I am very grateful to Sheila and the Galactic Alliance and CAN to be able to speak on this platform about all of my experiences, transmissions, and wisdom gained from being close to the Earth, Gaia, light-filled galactic beings, and the angelic realms, as well as the source light. So starting in early childhood, I witnessed a downed spacecraft in the forest. There were trees overturned all around, and otherworldly light was emanating from the area. There was both a female and male being with shimmering outfits that they were directing a kind of sensor around the scout ship. They seemed to communicate telepathically even then to me. My curiosity piqued, and I wanted to check them out further. However, a relative pulled me back. Now, in later years, while reflecting, I got the impression that they were related to or were Andromedan. Of course, this experience has stayed with me, has stayed in my mind and consciousness. And ever since then, I have spontaneously been connecting with various benevolent star beings and races while reflecting in meditation or in nature. You can hear more about this in my video, which is also on Conscious Awakening Network, Galactic Beings and Their Sacred Lives. I named it this for the cosmic beings that I have interacted with have been peaceful and highly vibrating and have impressed upon me while I have been in a positive state. Also, their energy, thoughts, and words have felt sincere, elevated, and sometimes enlightening. So as above, so below, and so below as above, just like there can be both service to self and service to other groups on this earth, there can also be benevolent and then some malevolent alien and dimensional beings. And as other speakers might have alluded to, you cannot go by the being's looks, whether they are positive or negative. It is more the state that you are in when engaging with the energies, and also their actions that they are putting forth. So discernment, just like with anything else, is advised. When I have been in touch intuitively with certain races, I have sensed refinement, collaboration, peacefulness, and unconditional love, along with respect and harmony with their environment. In general, there are some underlying themes and appearances, such as a lot of the highly vibrating off-world beings are slightly taller than most humans, with larger heads, large eyes, and either bald, both male and female, or with very vibrant long hair. They either wear warrior type clothing, or long, shimmering dress. They prefer to communicate telepathically, but sometimes will transmit light language and use upper body gestures. They harmonize with the environment of their planet or sphere, with the way they conduct their daily lives along with their structures and buildings and ships. Also, there is a type of highly evolved technology used, of course, across the board. Even the more warrior but still benevolent groups will use ceremony and spiritual practices regularly. They work with the elements while doing this, and also certain instruments and sound vibration regularly. There are lots of temples devoted to honoring and devotion. Most of these are circular and rounded structures, with being angled and either rising or setting of their sun, coordinated to the rising or setting of their sun or suns, or aligned with certain other stars. They often bring in the energies of the galactic sun and also the great central sun. And also they use the source light from this and wisdom, light and light codes for their ethics and spiritual nourishment. And this is a technique and dedication and practice for healing that we can all use for transformation and enlightenment. So connections with the Andromedans have stayed with me over the years. I value their truism and altruism and getting close to the heart of the matter. Also, their extending help and support even during extenuating circumstances. And of course, being connected with nature and animals and their strong sense of justice, especially for the environment. And also really, really craving freedom. Now, I also, in more recent years, have realized my affinity and connection with the Cassiopeians. They are also very peace-loving and not centered on the ego, and very understanding and compassionate. Beings who come from Cassiopeia are highly light-filled and embody the divine feminine. Mostly, they often have white gold light emanating from them, and the higher vibrating ones are even translucent sometimes. Others often have pale green skin with purple body art. They exist on the 5th dimension and above, with a world of latent culture. They have really mastered the use of holographic light technology like some other races, and can project by intent to transport to different star systems. From what I understand, some can definitely bilocate easily, similar to ultra-dimensionals with intent. For others, which would be the light green skinned with purple markings, they use mostly part organic ships to go on rescue or purpose missions. So these are ships that are partly alive themselves, which can change and morph depending on the situation. Also, some can also be run by the mind of the operator. For long distance across many galaxies, they have streamlined technology, of course, highly advanced craft that are extra good at cloaking. They haven't been known very often to come near Earth. If there is a delegation happening, then they will be on an Andromedan ship. And as you know, there are huge Andromedan ships and motherships. There is a regular envoy to areas near Jupiter. Now, the Cassies love all kinds of harmonious movement in general. I feel I get my love of dance and movement through the Cassiopeian connection. Earthly Cassiopeian starseeds are rather rare. They are compassionate, well-rounded, and feline-like, for the Cassies descended from the original Lyran or Lyran beings. And of course, they are good at energy and body work, crystals, and sound healing. They are known for their intuition and especially precognition. The Cassie starseeds are able to take in multidimensional and galactic info and have an easy time maintaining galactic connection. This year, I did connect with a Cassiopeian guide on her planet. The first time I engaged with this being was during a channeling session. I was feeling inspired to connect with my Andromedan family. Then I spontaneously was present on an island that appeared even more abundant with flora and fauna, but like fifth dimensional, and more abundant than the other star systems that I have visited. Of course, everything was more ethereal and 5D-like than Earth. The colors were highly vibrating, and I truly felt the deep essence of peace. I then was greeted by a female being. She had the long, flowing, multicolored hair, and she had large, green, sparkling eyes. She had the feline-type nose and ears. The dress was flowing purple and green and was highly vibrating again. So much understanding and compassion was radiating from her. It was a similar feeling that I have felt in the presence of earth angels. Her name is Keturah, and she said that she could help me with the energies of discernment, gentle assertion in earthly life, and also elevated creativity. She explained that my soul had been with their star race before, and they were an ancient race related to the Lyrans and Lyrans. And I have been working with the Andromedans in regard to sending healing support and inspiration to starseeds. I have gotten the impression of really slowing down and immersing even more positively with nature, animals, and human situations. Since then, my healing modalities have been even more harmonized. You can find more about my dimensional healings and readings on the sister site, mountainspirit-healing.com, and my email is lightdimensions@gmail.com. I have continued to connect with Keturah and other beings from her sphere. A recent message goes as follows. We really embody the divine life force and love all day long. Also, it may sound like an earthly cliche, however, we absolutely choose to live our lives as spiritual bodies actualizing the divine creation, instead of partly material bodies aspiring to occasionally, in certain circumstances, to the higher life. So from the beginning of our day, which are longer than your Earth days on many of our planets, we connect with the ultimate love and light source and embody this with our profound caring for each other, our movements, and the whole time is devoted to creating high light, whether in voice, sounds, music, working with a type of translucent fabric in colors. Now the colors are very vibrant and magnetic. All of our homes are like temples, inviting and non-cluttered with just the essentials of our life. We only ingest a liquid of an occasional lotus-like flower. Our other plant materials are given to other planets and races where they live in a more barren environment. The liquid is sparkling and magnetic. For the higher vibrating members of our race, and for others, there is like a soothing light golden or magenta violet colored liquid balm. We especially appreciate deeply our animals, the felines, of course, and also our sea creatures. There is a cross between a whale and a dolphin, and we will often spend quality and sacred time with really communicating with these creatures and exchanging wisdom and appreciation. We would never think of digesting or harming any of our animal life. And our waters are very pure, and we would not think of ever polluting them or any part of our landscape. So again, much love, beauty, and sacredness that we emanate and transmit continually to you.